Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is another episode of Credit Feeding, and we're about to go online, folks, so there's a little disclaimer here. I am a new player, and if you associate losing as a bad thing, as opposed to a learning process, then this video is probably going to send you funny. But if you look at it as the first step in a pretty long journey, then these videos could be pretty interesting. So what this is going to be, guys, is it's going to be a set of matches that I got today, and all of them were pretty good connections. All of the mistakes here are myself. There's literally maybe one or two links that I think should have landed that didn't come out, and a couple of block strings that kind of just never happened, but aside from that, there is literally no connection to blame here, guys, and we all know my internet is bad, but it is not at fault here. It's all 100% me. And I'm going to look back over this stuff now, we're going to critique it, we're going to see it with fresh eyes, and it's probably going to be really painful for me as I watch myself do stupid things that I know I shouldn't do, yet when you're playing, especially against a human, you panic sometimes, and I'm trying to get over the excitement, so yeah, you get to share that. If you don't like it, these series is probably out for you. If you do and you want to see progression, or if you're a new player who's struggling as well and you want to see a little bit of that, then feel free to suffer with me. But without further ado, let's check out the first fight. So the first guy is an Oni player, he is B rank, and here we go. Open up with a Sonic Boom, drag him in, don't get anything from that thanks to the joys of the tandem, and a fantastic counter there with the focus. One thing I need to really get used to is people intelligently using focus. At this moment in time, I was waiting to do an on-landing SPD there, but as you saw, it didn't work. He crosses me up fantastically with the EX slashing hand, and then we both kind of watch each other, catch him with the Dragon Punch. Don't get the last hit there on the steps. No idea what that was. That is one of the best benefits of using tandem, is that you can get those awesome moments where, again, the step's not coming out. Interesting. I think what I'm going to do to try and get around that is to do double taps on the buttons, which is something I do when I'm not confident in my timing, but normally I'm pretty good with that. That was a drop right there. That should have been close, fierce into fierce kicks. Didn't get it. And that right there, I think it overheads you, or I think it might be low, actually. That, of course, was a mistake. I have since locked my controller so that I can't hit that in the middle of a match. I don't even know why my hand was up there, to be honest. Another drop on the FADC cancel link. There was a nice crossover into a confirmed combo for a change. I did not think I was going to hit him then. I was just throwing it out to try and get into a block string, but I did high instead of low, and it really didn't work. And right now it's that moment of, I'm doing way too many Dragon Punches. It's almost depressing. Wow, I got the round. Who knew? So yeah, I didn't think I was going to, and as you can see, it didn't look like I was going to, but luring him in. Right there I'm trying to tick throw, but apparently I'm just not doing it very well because the SPD is not coming out. As I've mentioned, folks, a lot of nerves at this moment in time, a lot of excitement for no real reason. It doesn't make much sense, but I mean, look, why am I fucking doing Dragon Punches out of nowhere? Doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't have landed, that is very unsafe. I missed the step kicks because I'm an idiot. No idea why I was trying to throw. A couple of jabs. Tandem when he's in air, you should never do that. You should only ever do it on landing, and he punished it twice. That was really nice, that. That is the traditional new player combo there, the jump attack. And, oh, goodness me. That was so good. I didn't even know Oni could aim that ultra. I had no idea, and that dude baited me perfectly. So I sent him a message saying it was a great finish, because it was. And then I found a guy from Britain, or from England, and he was using Oni as well, so we get another Oni fight. Obviously, this is a completely different Oni to the last one. That right there, I have this negative association with teleports because the computer always punishes them with Dragon Punches, so I wasn't expecting him to not do anything. So I was actually holding block after the teleport, which I know is not a good strategy, but it's something that I've picked up by playing against the CPU. But a little bit of maneuverability here. He does the jumping. That right there was an overhead into Tatsu. I know you have to block high on overheads, but doing it is a completely different thing. The opening move is a backstep there. It looks like he's trying to focus the fireballs, but his timing is awful. Maybe it's a little bit laggy for him. But catch him with another one there. Catch him on landing that time, but I made a mistake. I did not want the EX Hadoukens there, or Sonic Boom, sorry. Get him again with it, and I cannot confirm that move for the life of me. There! Finally! Tick throw, Chris. Thank you! Which, if you don't know what a tick throw is, I might be wrong, but I believe it's when you get somebody in block string or hit stun, and then you immediately get them with a throw, because they're expecting another hit, so they block, and then you throw them. Oh, that's what that crazy jargon dictionary told me when I looked it up like 6 months ago, or whatever. I say 6 months ago, about 6 weeks probably. But he dashes in, I catch him with the full SPD into a cross-up, and I fuck up my plink. Not going to help me. Don't know why I jumped into the sweep. Another sweep as well, just waits on the hit. This is where you really feel that you just... What am I doing when you watch it back? Like, the guy's being super patient. I'm just running into his hands, taking cheap damage. That was a really interesting activation of whatever the hell that was. I assume that was his super. I don't think I've ever seen Oni's super. There was an interesting attempt to focus attack. And then the ultra, which I'm probably going to land into. Oh no, got the block off just in time. He recovers really fast after that. I don't know what the Oh, Chris, why? Stop it with the dragon punches. You're killing me. Oh. But this is another Oni and another French guy. I will apologise in advance for diversity, but beggars cannot be choosers when you're only finding 2 people online, and one of them is a guy from Brazil with no bars, so I'm going to play the ones that have green bars, and a couple of yellow ones, but I really couldn't tell too much, as this guy punishes me with some pretty great dragon punches. I throw him into the corner. Right there I was baiting the dragon punch, and I ended up baiting the ultra, but I don't punish it as well as I'd like, because he interrupts my my hit string, because I dropped my timing at with the dragon punch, and I assume that was bad timing on my part, but I've seen people DP when the frames of certain attacks aren't long enough, because if you don't know, the standard dragon punch is 3 frames, and if you're doing a move that is longer than that, and depending on how many recovery frames they have, they can interrupt those strings. Like grapplers, you never want to do links on a grappler unless you're really comfortable or confident with them, or the grappler's not very good. This is looking really bad. I'm just throwing it, blooming dragon punches, and it finally happened. The perfect. Very rough. This one is really strange. This is the strangest fight you're going to see. This guy jumps in, overheads, into either Cannon Spike or Cammy's Dragon Punch, and for some really strange reason, it was working against me, and I couldn't honestly tell you why. Like, I've fought Cammy's... I say Cammy's, I've fought the computer on hardest as Cammy. I know her moves, I know what they look like. Catches the backdash there, that was really good. But it's one of those online strategies that I never thought would ever work. I know exactly what he's going to do every time. Jump towards me, and then Dragon Punch. Every single time, Dragon Punch. Dragon Punch, Cannon Spike. Dragon Punch. Dragon Punch. Like... And you sit there watching it happen, and you're saying to yourself, like, why is this working? But it does! And it's just... Wow! Like... I couldn't honestly tell you guys why this is happening, but it is. Get him with the wake up SPD. And then you know the Dragon Punch is coming, so you wait for it, lure it out, and it knocks her back. So you can't even punish her, she's not even ranged to be punished at. What a learning process that was. That was horrendous, but there you go. But this is the French guy again. This guy's a really solid player. I had a lot of fun with this dude. Because the thing I want to get out there for people is, if you know why you lose, you can learn from it. And when somebody beats you and it's a legitimate defeat, and I'm not going to get into any of the pseudo bullshit of, oh, he didn't earn it because he did X or any of that nonsense, but when somebody plays and they beat you, you can take pride in that because you know they beat you because they were the better player. Like that, a fantastic anti-air. He's been really defensive. He comes in for the throws because I'm not very good at punishing throws, and he knows this, so he's going to do it a few times. Hop forward into punishing distance. Catch him there because he was going to throw a move out, so I caught him with the Dragon Punch. He does a Dragon Punch, I get him with the tandem. Don't expect it, but still managed to fill that link, which is a really fun feeling online. Once again, I lure out the Ultra, but I think, oh no, got the block off. Can't punish him in time. Does the air recovery, but lands on the fireball. There was a focus, trying to bait him with a teleport. He does another fantastic anti-air. But as I was saying, folks, like, I don't care if I lose. Not in a, you know, like, oh, I don't care, so it doesn't validate your victory. I don't care in a sense that I'm expecting to lose. So it's not coming as a surprise. I'm just saying to myself, like, why did I lose? What didn't I do? You know, how can I do that better? And I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm having a lot of fun with that. And there's actually a guy later on in these videos who throws a fight for me, and you can tell when he does it because it's kind of obvious. But never do that, folks. If I ever fight you, kill me, and kill me impressively, because then at least I can be like, wow, you know, that was amazing. You know, when will I ever be close to that? You know, I don't want mercy, I want to learn, and the best way to learn is to get beat up a lot, and that is exactly what you're watching. So this is the guy who picked Oni in the second fight. Now he's going through a couple of different characters. He's on Honda. Honda's a charge character, so I know that if I use my teleport quite a lot, I can throw off his charges, and his anti-air is nowhere near as, shall we say, reliable as some other characters, so I should be able to dive kick and overhead with intelligent timing, which is not what you're seeing. You're seeing a guy wiggling a stick like he's having a stroke. But that was a couple of a block string into a SPD. Go for the cross-up on the wake-up, which I get the stun, fully charged focus stack, into tandem, into crouching fierce, into double shoryus, into step kicks, and I missed the dive kick. That was really disappointed. That was terrible. What the fuck was I doing there? No idea. Oh, this is it. Watch this. So you might be wondering what happened then. He knew I would press a button. I knew I shouldn't have pressed the button, but for some reason I tried to throw, and it really didn't work, as you saw. If you ever see me stop attacking when I'm in the middle of a block string, it's not intentional. I couldn't tell you what was happening with some of those, because I like to push people away and then maybe hit them with a sonic boom or hit them with a jump. I'm trying to do low kick into instant overhead, and it's not working too well because you have to delay it, and in the time you delay it, you can get grabbed. So this was more to try and land it than to do real damage, because that is never when you should do that ultra, unless they have very small life and you want to finish them off. And of course, the master of small lives is Seth, so I get completely obliterated by an ultra. And this is the same guy, by the way. He's just cycling through characters, and I really appreciated this because it enabled me to fight some different guys. And at this point, the dude is still fighting, which is nice. And that is the bread and butter link of every Akuma. A really, really powerful move to know. There is the cross-up, which I didn't block, even though I know how. I'm just not very good. There was a successful link into throw, and on wake up, yeah, he knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Why did I do it? I couldn't tell you guys. It's your hands betray you. So I appreciate I've been a retard now, and I try and slow it down, and he starts doing teleports, and I think he's trying to practice iframing with teleports, because at this point, it's like, this guy could kill me, he knows he could kill me, but he's giving me the benefit of the doubt. And there it is. With the, I don't know if that's a 3-frame jab, but there's a lot of really quick jabs from the Shotos, which are a nightmare for Seth, because he has everything's 4 frames. The only thing he has that's 3 frames is his SPD, and doing an SPD outside of an animation I find quite tricky to do, because I jump a lot, which is retarded. But, round 2, see the jab coming? I did not want that. I wanted a Dragon Punch, but apparently that's the input that it read, and I don't even think I was mashing all that often. Oh, that was really nice. Watch this. I'm not looking at my life here, guys. I think I'm Akuma for some reason, and I think I'm dead. So I got to send this dude a message saying, that was really cool, I've never seen that before. And I'm alive, and he demons me. Listen. Demon. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just gave him that win. That was hilariously poor on my part, but he's a great player. And in the end, I didn't even send a message because I was like, well, I'm kind of ashamed now. It looks like I stood there and gave up, which I will never give up, folks. I might not be very good, but I'll never give up. I don't see the point. And this is the French Oni again. So we fought each other a couple times now. Right there, do you see that? Comes up close, does a low into grab. I was crouched, so it missed, because his grab distance is not too great. I think that's the first time I've not been thrown by him. There was a rare Dragon Punch from him. I think he was expecting. There's him punishing the tandem. Should never do that close. It's just silly. There he goes again with the slash into that overhead move, or that. I don't know if it is, if you block low or high. There's the on-landing grab. He's using that move to cover distance. That was an overhead. That was a fantastic anti-air. So he's pretty much one step ahead of me, everything I do here. Why am I jumping? He's just Dragon Punched you, Chris. You know his anti-airs are on point. Like, come on. That was a very slow teleport and incredibly dangerous. Not too sure what the EX was for there, but I think he just wanted to get the chip, maybe. I'm predicting him to press a button on landing. I'm predicting a Dragon Punch, so I use the iframes of my Dragon Punch to try and catch him. I'm going to jump this, hopefully, get the fierce kick. Oh, can I? Oh, I dropped my link! Why? Why did I do that one? There's absolutely no reason to do that move. It's... Whoa. That was weird. Got the FADC cancel, but then did a Dragon Punch for some reason. Couldn't even tell you what that was. Aside from an embarrassment. There he goes, closing the distance with the slash. That fierce, that crouch fierce. Once again, Dragon Punching like a noob, getting punished for it, as you should. And then this is the fight, guys. So, big props to this guy. He didn't have to do this. But I'm like, what's happening here? He's not doing it. He's not blocking. And he's not attacking. I'm like, what? Come on, dude, don't do this. So I'm at the point where it's like, no, we're not doing this. If you're going to beat me, beat me. I don't mind. But don't beat me like this. Or don't let me win. If you let me win, that's the worst thing you can do because I'll lose respect for you. And this guy starts fighting, and I don't know if he's fighting back, so I don't want to actually try. Because if I lose when I'm trying, folks, I can at least say I've tried. But when somebody's not trying, that's not a win you want. You want to feel the win. You want to feel like he did something. And I'm still at that point where I'm not sure what this dude's doing. Because my Seth is all or nothing. He might have the lowest life, but I'm still going to be as aggressive as I possibly can. And do stupid stuff. Because that's how I want to play when I learn how to do it better. But this guy's just... He's giving it me. And... Yeah, like... It's one of those mentalities where we've all probably done it in a game and we were better than somebody. You know, I've done it... Look at my low-level invasions in Dark Souls. I've let people live a ton in that game when I could have easily killed them, but I think in that game, it was more to like get them used to what invasions meant. I felt like I was jumping in people's worlds who didn't even know what invasions were. Like, when you're doing something like this, it's not really... Do I land it? Oh, I land it! Nice! Do the 2 into steps, and I missed the steps. Jesus Christ, I'm worthless. But that was nice. I at least got the catch, the EX catch, which can be very difficult to time for me. Dropped my hit string there, don't know why. There's the ultra, managed to block it. And then I attack before it's over because I don't know the ultra too well. He does a couple of dashes on the ground to push me into the corner. And I think you're going to see him give me a win here. So this doesn't count. So there is a... Is that the super? I can't really tell. So at this point, like, I think he wants to get me. Because why is he walking like that? He's walking towards me. So I send him a message. You know, I'm trying to... send decent messages to people. If they do something cool, I'm trying to say it's cool because I think that's how you foster just a more friendly atmosphere. Because everybody says the fighting game community is poisonous and it's full of elitism and all that kind of stuff. But so far, I've had no douchey messages or anything. I've had a couple of people taunting a lot because they know that you're new and you've got low points. But, you know, I suppose that's something that they like to do maybe. But this is a great match because this is two people who aren't very good coming together in a beautiful, harmonious encounter. We have a Guile and we have my Seth. So as soon as I realise that this dude he's kind of jumping a lot, he's got his flash kicks, he's got his sonic booms, but he's jumping a lot. He's jumping almost as much as I am. And he's kind of doing what I would say is a new player tactic. He's going into jump attacks, into sweeps. And when you see that, immediately in your brain it tells you that the guy is quite new maybe. And this is the kind of stuff that I was looking for. Something where, you know, the skill gap difference might not be quite so high. And we have a really good fight here, so... Catch him there with a... That was one of the nicest confirms so far. Just to see it landing is really, really encouraging. As he throws the sonic boom out, does the sweep, does a neutral jump into a failed Shoyu. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I didn't follow up. There's another jump in. I'm not too sure if he knows you have to block high against an overhead, because that one caught him out a few times. He keeps jumping in, so I eventually try and hit him with steps, and for some reason he fell out of that. Not too sure why. Interesting. I'll have to go into training mode and see if I can do some step kicks on Guile, because it might have been just poor timing, but usually, when you get it and you know it's coming like that, there's no excuse for me to not hit it. So I get another overhead there, miss my link, don't get the legs, which is very strange. Throw him on grab, and we're going to try and bait a flash kick. So dive kick, putting pressure on him, he's backing up, he's jumping a hell of a lot now. Responds with a couple of quick sonic booms. There's a light focus into a link, and I miss my link again. That's very strange. That's almost the exact same fierce that Seth has. And watch this! I can't even begin to tell you how good that felt, guys. I really can't. But that entire video, we got one win. But it felt good, and that's what's important. But thank you very much for watching. If you have any good feedback to give me, please feel free. I only have one addendum with the feedback, guys. I know I'm jumping too much. I know I'm spamming dragon punches like an idiot. You know, anything else, more than welcome. That 2 stuff I already know, and I'm trying to work on it, but it's tough. And I will see you in part 2, because we have another sequence of matches there, and hopefully we'll learn a little bit more, and we'll look a little bit less like a horny dog humping the stick. But yeah, thank you for watching. You take care now.